water, there's just everybody dies.
Yeah, it's not a slow. Hey, I think we're rolling over.
Yeah.
This boat's rolling.
We're
underwater.
Oh, that's not oxygen. Whoops.
Dead.
I'm dead now.
But your boat story rules. I always wanted to go up and down that Hudson River, too. Now I learned a lot today from you.
Oh, it was well worth it.
I have to study some shit before I do it.
Well, because I learned, because when I went up to Hudson to get this house that now belongs to my ex-wife. We went we found this town called Hudson in New York that's this really... It looks like Nantucket. It's a very colonial-looking kind of... It looks like a New England town. And I read about it, and I found out that what Hudson, New York is, it's 120 miles up the river. And what it is they were people from Nantucket who were whalers. And back in the 1800s, the British kept just burning their ships and burning their town. The British would just sit outside of Nantucket and just lob.
Those British.
There was no war going on. They were just being assholes. Seriously. During the 1800s, that's the War of 1812 was just the British just being dicks.
Yeah.
And us going, you really got to cut the shit, and them going, fuck off, and just they would just launch cannonballs in and set Nantucket on fire for fun. So a bunch of people near Nantucket said, let's just get out of here, and they all left together, all these whalers. And they found Hudson, New York, which was a nice place to build a town up the Hudson River. And so what they would do is they take their whaling ships. This is the fucking 1800s. People, like, with wood and iron.
Yeah.
They took their ships and they go out into the fucking North Atlantic and they'd kill a whale. And they'd drag it with these boats up the Hudson River, all those fucking miles. And they'd cut it up and then send it down the river in pieces.
You know, that isn't right, man.
Oh, the whale thing?
Yeah, man.
Fuck.
Like back then, there were fucking whales. You could walk across the whales.
You had to get it.
Fuck
to England.
Yeah, I got to go to England. I'm going to just
step across whales.
I'm going to drive my little fucking jalopy across the whales.
Exactly. But so then they were safer there. The English couldn't get at them.
They said, fuck it, we're going to hang out
and then
here.
It became this port because people were... So farmers in upstate New York would take their sheep and slaughter them in Hudson and send the meat down river to New York City.
So fucking primitive.
Yeah, that's
amazing. Yeah.
There's the town we bought a house in used to be all whorehouses for farmers.
Really?
They were whorehouses with stables. So like a farmer would drive his sheep.
You could fuck a girl or a sheep.
Yeah, it was like a few miles out of Hudson. So the night before you went into Hudson to sell your sheep, you'd put them in a stable and fuck a whore. And then take your sheep the rest of the way home.
What a great little system.
I know.
Everything like planned out to make people happy.
Exactly.
Keep the economy going.
There's a guy that had an experience like you did that you just told. Steve in Pennsylvania. Steve.
Yeah, how you doing, guys?
Good evening.
Good evening. Yeah, Catskill, New York. 20-foot bayliner, single screw, 175 horse. I read the tide charts. My business partner had a 33-foot Carver. We used to take down and from that same marina, go down around the statue, come back. It was a great time. So I bought this 20-footer, put the wife, the two kids in it, my two girls, you know, real young at the time, and I took off, you know, big shot, down the Hudson, beautiful ride, and I got down to that area that you're talking about. I was doing prop stands where the boat was just almost just like straight up, the front of the boat straight up, motor just whining, you know, hull banging. I finally get into a marina because I needed fuel. My wife and my oldest daughter got off the boat and said, "We are
never saw them again."
Never saw them again. I'm running off at the gas station, guy. Fuck you.
No, that shit is gnarly. It's really fucking bad because it's New York Harbor. Manhattan. People don't understand. There is no Hudson. The Hudson's not on the west and the east. There's no such thing as the East River. That's what people don't understand. It's all in New York Harbor. It's a harbor of the Atlantic Ocean.
Right.
That on the left side, it looks like a river, so we call that the Hudson River.
Yeah.
And then we call the East River
the East River. It's just because there's Manhattan Island in the middle
of the sloshy, crazy, icy ocean.
Yeah.
So is it seawater? The Hudson's seawater?
Well, no, it's
certain times of day. It's salt water. Yeah. It's like salty.
It pushes the salt water.
It's where water, whatever the fuck.
And then when it's the river's running out into the ocean, it's fresh water.
Yeah, and where this guy is Catskill. There's a harbor. There's a little place there where you can take your boat in and you get something to eat. I mean, it's a fun world, the boat world, but
yeah, it really is.
You don't know what the fuck you're doing, like I didn't.
I was in the boat world years ago with my mother and Sal. Sal was just Mr. fucking boat.
How big was the boat?
His is a 38-foot Sea Ray. I mean, it was really fucking nice. Really nice. And he would drink.
You could park that shit anywhere.
He would fucking drink on the way from, like, I guess they were in, where is it, Oakdale, Long Island, out to Watch Hill on Fire Island. And he'd be drinking fucking, we'd all, be slamming down drinks and stuff. He'd be making mudslides and blenders down in the kitchen, and this thing had like a galley and everything. And he'd be hammered and back this fucking thing into slips that, like, were, there's no way.
These guys are amazing, they can do that.
Dual screws, so he's running, like, the transmission to get the props going in opposite directions to turn the boat, so he could swing the thing around and then back it into the slip.
Really, the first boat I had was a little orange, like with a white steering wheel. Like, it just looked like a little race car, and it was just two-seat boat, like really tiny little fiberglass boat that I saw on someone's yard for sale for $800. And I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna just buy it. And I just knocked on the guy's door, and he was like, really? And I was like, yeah, I'll pay it. And I gave him the $800. It's just sitting there on a trailer. And then I'm like, well, now what do I do? Like, from scratch.
Yeah.
And I had an old Ford Ranger pickup, and I went to the fucking Napa and bought the ball
trailer hitch.
Hitch. And I got the wrong size and went back. And then I put the fucking...
Already wrong.
Yeah, and then the guy watched from his window laughing as I tried to put a trailer hitch on a fucking truck. It took me like an hour sweating. And then I took it down to the Hudson, where they had to, you back your boat down.
Oh, the Ram.
Yeah, and I have no idea how to do it or what
How'd
to do.
you do?
So there's an old man, literally an old seaworthy looking man with a white beard watching me do this. And I just decided I'm not just gonna try. So I just... Oof. It takes me hours to line it up, because when you're backing something with a trailer, it jackknifes on you, and you
backwards.
All of your instincts are wrong.
Let me tell you, I had a jet ski, and I had the same problem until somebody told me, put your hand on the bottom of the steering wheel, and wherever you want the back end of the trailer to go, your hand. Let your hand go that way. So instead of trying to think right, left, I want the trailer to go this way. I move my hand that way.
That's really
and if it's on the bottom of the steering wheel, and then it got to the point where I could do it with my eyes closed after a while.
Well, I backed it down, and
first time,
the boat is strapped hard to a trailer, and the plug is out in the back of it. That's how you keep a boat.
Right, yeah.
You keep it strapped down to the trailer with the plug in the back. Now, what I know now is the way you launch a boat, and then it's tethered in the front by a winch. So the way you do it is you let go of the strap, you take the straps off, so it's just loose, only held on by the winch, and you put a plug in the back of the boat, so that when the trailer goes into the water, the wheels of the trailer go down in the water, and the boat floats on top of the water. But what I was doing was it's held to the trailer, so the trailer's dragging the boat, and it immediately fills with water. It completely fills with water, and it's also, because it's now weighs billions of tons, threatening to drag my fucking truck into the water, and I am peeling out.
Panicking?
What's Popeye doing watching you? Is he laughing at you?
I'm losing my mind. Oh yeah,
the guy, panic
he's just watching, and I have the car floored, the truck floored, and the wheels going.
You're just trying to hold ground.
Just trying not to, because it's just a shitty rear-wheel drive, and the rear wheels are now in water. And I've just got water shooting everywhere and smoke, and now the tailpipe is starting to go in. Like, I'm going in the fucking water, and somehow I found some traction somewhere in there, and the whole truck like lurched forward and is screaming wheels. And the boat came out gung, with water splashing. It was the craziest spectacle. And I stopped and I look up at the guy, and he goes, try again. He goes, what'd you learn?
What'd you learn? That's great.
And so I got out of the truck, and I'm like, okay, there's a plug in the back. That was dumb to keep it strapped. I said all this out loud, and he's going, yeah. And he goes, he said, you know what? The guy said to me, you're going to be having the time of your life in about half an hour. And I waited for the boat to empty out, put the plug in, and if he was right, in half an hour I was on the fucking river
Owning a boat.
This is great.
With
Owning
beer.
a boat.
Yeah, with beer.
Yeah, I'll never do it again.
Boy, how do you get it back onto the trail? Like, what if there's people there?
You have to. No, you have. Yeah, if there's people there waiting, like expert boaters,
They'll start yelling at you.
They hate you.
They're not gonna be.
They will
And
fucking yell at you.
The thing I can't do that those guys do is just fucking drive my boat back onto the thing and then run up to the to the top of it and winch it.
You back the trailer into the water.
Yeah.
And then
Where's your boat while you do that?